Hey folks, it's Liz from The Gifted Ones. I'm so excited today because we're going to be discussing all things numerology, which means every single one of us has a series of numbers that connect to our birth date, our name at birth, the time of birth, and today's guest is going to break that down so that you get a really good handle on what that all means. So without further ado, let me welcome Laura Canal. She is the founder of Miles of Smiles Alternative Solutions. She is a certified reflexologist, energy healer, Astro-Numerologist, transformational coach, and psychic medium. Laura has been creatively combining traditional sessions for an ultimate unique experience. She has inspired many folks by her teachings under the oak tree, which I have had the pleasure of doing. And I have to say, if you live in the Niagara area, you got to do that. Laura has a gift to serve humanity by getting to the root of each individual's journey and unlocking their limitless potential. Laura's experience in the service industry and education in the medical field has given her a unique ability to relate to clients' needs and share her wisdom to help them evolve. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
So excited.
I'm so excited too.
Well, let's get to the very first question so that, we can take this one off the table.
Yeah.
What exactly is numerology?
So numerology is a system of numbers and number codes, and within these number codes, there's a vibration that each individual has. And the numbers come from their day of birth or their date of birth and also their birth certificate name. So it has to be the birth certificate name.
What you were born
what I'm
with.
doing. Yes, exactly. So this gives everybody a better understanding of our life's purpose or our soul urge or heart's desire and our personality or our destiny.
Right.
So there are many types of numerology, and there's the Kabbalah or the Chaldean or the Pythagorean or the biblical.
I'm kind of giggling because before we did this, I think I messed you up there because I kept trying to say that Pythagorean. I couldn't say it. So I think I may have messed you up there. I apologize because you had it nailed before we started talking.
So the most common numerology system used is the Pythagorean.
Right.
Named after a Greek philosopher back in 570 to 495 BC.
Okay.
So that's where it comes from.
That's interesting.
So when we're analyzing the numbers and doing the number combinations, there's an interpretation, and it actually reveals our greatest potential to achieve in this lifetime. However, there is also another side to the numbers. So we have our greatest potential, but then there's a shadow side. And sometimes we're living in the shadow side. So I have only had, and I've done many, many readings on it, but I've only had one client that didn't resonate with the numbers that I gave.
Really?
And that was because this individual listened to their parents all their life. They're in their 70s right now, and they listened to their parents, and they did not follow their true path. So we all know now that
you have no idea how many clients I have had come through my door that were in their 70s and 80s who had gotten stuck in patterns from back in their 20s, and it breaks your heart to see that happen. So I can totally see how that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, and it was funny because this person was a master 11.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
so a clairvoyant, but never walked through the path of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's
well,
quite
explain to
funny.
the folks what that means. What is a master number?
So a master number is the double number. So first of all, what we do is we start adding up all the numbers in our birth code, and we come to a double digit number, and then we start breaking it down. And so what we'll do is, because Liz is a master number, each master numbers would be 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99.
Wow.
Now, most people only look at 11s or 22s.
Right.
But Nelson Mandela was a 99.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then
What does that mean? What does a 99 mean?
So they are a master humanitarian.
Oh my goodness, of course.
So 9 plus 9 is 18, which adds up to 9 as well. So it's just, that is the humanitarian number.
Wow.
And the catalyst of love. And yeah, so that's what he was.
That's amazing. Wow.
I'm finding in my lifetime, there's a lot of master numbers.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that.
A lot of it. But then you break it down to the root number. And so when you break down 11, you'll break it down to a number 2.
Right.
Which just reveals other gifts that the person has.
Right, because someone can be a 2, but not an 11? Is that...
Absolutely. So if I add up their numbers and it comes to 20... and then you add the 2 plus the 0, and
they could be still a 2.
But they're still guided, because anytime you come up with a 0, they're protected. They're divinely guided or divinely protected.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah, you have a couple of numbers in yours that are.
So let's tell folks what we did. So I thought it would be fun if I gave Laura all of my details. My name at birth, my date of birth, and the time of birth, so that she could work out my chart. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the information on the screen as we're talking about it, so you two at home can actually follow and do your own numbers and have an understanding of where your numbers are. And it's relatively simple for the math. Like, it's not brain surgery or anything like that. We're gonna keep it simple here. So why don't we start with what do you want to start with?
So your date of birth, Liz's date of birth, is October 30th, 1969. So the first thing that I would talk about is your day. Your day of birth actually reveals your inborn tendency. So this is how you show yourself day to day, moment to moment. And it's the 30. Okay. So it's 3 plus 0. And we're breaking it down to the root number, which is 3.
Right.
So, as I said, anytime you have a 0, you're divinely guided or divinely protected.
Yay!
It's funny. So this is, when I looked at your numbers, I was like, oh, this is so you.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So 3, when you look at it, you love to play. So
I do.
Everything, like even doing these interviews, it's all about playing through it. So
100%.
You can have fun, right?
Yeah.
You're optimistic, you're enthusiastic, talented, entertaining, witty. You love
so cool.
beauty.
Yes.
Always has something to say.
That's very true. If you ask my husband, he will totally agree with you on that one.
And that's good, because you're a good speaker and you're doing interviews, so you need to be a good speaker.
Yeah.
You're
that's
charming.
Right. I'm going to tell my husband it's divinely guided.
Exactly. It comes from your soul.
Exactly. I love it.
Cheerful. And so if you were, and I know that you're on your greatest potential, because I know you quite well.
Aww.
And the other part of our numbers are the shadow side, and when the shadow side is revealed. Okay. So that's when you're feeling scattered or doubtful. Okay.
Yeah, I've been there in my life, for sure. I'm sure we all have, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. We all fluctuate, go up and down.
Exactly.
A bit. And it's when you're worried or lack concentration, maybe when you're tired or burnt out.
Yeah.
So, but for the most part, you follow the path of the 3.
Perfect.
For sure.
Okay.
So now we're going to go to your life purpose or life path. So it's funny, in numerology, what happens is they have a couple of names for each one. So this one, you'll hear it as your life path or your life purpose.
Right. Okay.
So the life path unfolds the information of what you're here to do, what your purpose is,
This is
why
exciting.
you're here, and what your main lessons are. So it's your life's work, really.
Okay.
So, so when we added up October 30th, 1969, I added it 1 plus 0 plus 3 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9.
Okay.
So when you add that all up, it's 29.
Right.
Okay? So then you break it down again. 2 plus 9 is 11.
So we always want to bring it down to a single digit.
Yes.
Okay.
Or if it's a double digit that's the same number, like 11, 22,
Right.
so on, master numbers, in which yours is an 11.
Right.
And then we would add it, 1 plus 1 is 2, and break it down to the root.
Okay.
So I'll give you the interpretation of both the 11 and the 2.
Okay, cool.
So it gives you a little bit of clues. Each one gives you clues of your life's potential.
Okay.
So I love this one. So your show is called Gifted Ones.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I looked at was you're a gifted channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Psychic master and enlightened leader. She laughs.
That's too funny. Wow.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how can that be, right? Like, that's amazing. Okay.
It is amazing.
That is amazing.
So then some of the characteristics or words associated with it are clairvoyant, highly original, creative, visionary leader, breakthroughs in any field. So you haven't just had this job. You've had other jobs.
Yes.
But you master these jobs.
And that's what I always said, where, you know, across the different careers, like I have probably had about 20 different careers in my lifetime, and I get to a certain point where I don't want to learn it anymore. I know everything I need to know, and it's like, okay, I'm done. What can I do next? And it's completely very different, random. You know, I take it, like, I got bored. This
Right.
is the only profession, like, doing what I always did, the psychic stuff on the side.
Right.
This is the only profession that I've actually really enjoyed staying in.
Right.
Weird, right?
Not weird.
Well, not weird according to your numbers, right?
Wait till we get to some of the numbers.
Okay,
Not
cool.
weird, because you need variety in your life when your numbers reveals that. It's pretty funny.
That's hysterical.
So naturally expresses higher realms of consciousness. Balances the material and the spiritual worlds.
Okay.
You're dignified, you're witty, you have high ideals, and you want to uplift many.
Yeah, that definitely is true.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely do.
That's
That's why I love doing this, because I get to share all you guys, you know,
Yeah.
like, it's great.
But you know what? And I love doing the numerology part of it, because it gives people the greatest potential.
Wow.
And people should know what their greatest potential
100%.
is.
I agree.
You know, because, you know, a lot of times we think that we're not worthy of
Yes.
things. Oh, for sure you are.
Oh, we totally
Just
all
step
have
on
those
to
moments.
that path.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Exciting. So the 11 is a gateway. So by walking through the 2 ones that are in the 11, this balances, and everybody has it, male or female, has the feminine and the masculine energy. We all
Right.
have it. So you walk through the 2 ones as a gateway to balance the masculine and the feminine.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it is interesting.
Yeah.
Some guys may not like to know that they have a feminine side, but
Yeah.
I think in this
I
day
totally
and age
know I
it's
have
different.
a masculine side. I'm a take charge kind of gal, you know. So yeah, I totally have. I try to balance them out, though, right? The feminine
Absolutely.
and the masculine, for sure. That's so cool. Okay.
That's funny, because
Neat.
some of your numbers reveal that as well.
Okay. That's too funny.
So, the shadow side is just when you're self-critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the 2, so we're breaking down 1 plus 1 is 2. That symbolizes partnership, companionship, and marriage. So you love to and need to be in a marriage.
Yes.
And I think this is your purpose in life, is to learn how to be in a partnership in a marriage.
I think I nailed it this time around, but yeah, we still have challenges, but you know what?
Everybody
I'm
does.
pretty sure I nailed it this time around. So
Right.
that's good. It's my second marriage for those out there. Yeah.
But that's okay, because just to give everybody a little bit of insight on this, that we're not born on this earth perfect.
That's right. 100%.
We're
so
born
true.
on this earth to heal every step of the way.
Yes.
And learn what works for us, what doesn't work for us,
Exactly.
and just kind of, keep doing this dance in our lifetime.
And well, you know what? Like my past, I am totally, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm totally cool with it. Everything that I've gone through, all the challenges, all the hurdles, all made me get to where I am today. And I know that any challenges or hurdles that I face in the now will take me to somewhere bigger, brighter, better.
Yes.
Because I've learned that every single time, so that's cool. All right, carry on, my darling.
Perfect. So, but the 2 is loving, receptive, diplomatic, works well and cooperates with others, flexible, good with details, and very observant.
Yeah, that I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. So, so that brings us to the end of your life purpose.
That's very cool. And it totally falls into line with what I'm doing. So
Absolutely.
Now you know why we need to get our numbers done, folks, right?
Yes.
Now we know why. Okay, so
now I just wanted to do one thing, which is probably not on task of what we were thinking of doing, but because of the number that I came up with, it's called your essence.
Oh, okay.
Your essence number. So this is the month, which is October, and it's number 10.
Right.
And your day is 30.
Right.
And it's number 30. So you add it together, and it comes up with 40.
Okay. Yeah.
And so this is how you leave your first impression with people.
Oh.
Your essence.
Okay.
It's
that
really
makes
cool.
me nervous. It's cool.
No.
Okay. I always think I leave such a bad impression.
Oh my gosh, wait till you think. No, because we don't see what others see in us.
I suppose that's very true.
So the very first time I met you, I thought you were a very loving, peaceful person. And you're you were just very sweet.
Aw.
So I looked at it, and you're a peacemaker, a manifester, you're a builder of businesses and physical enterprises. So you help boost other people.
Yeah, I love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're orderly, you're disciplined, you're receptive, and you're meditative. So when you speak in this very meditative state.
Oh.
And it calms people.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. See, you don't see that.
No,
it's
I
kind
totally
of the
don't
mirror
see that.
image of what happens. We think we come off crass or not so nice.
I think I sound mean sometimes, I think I do. I sometimes, because I'm straight, like I will speak straight from the heart, and it'll be, the truth. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes people can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. But yeah, I often think, soften it a bit, Liz, soften it.
Right.
But you can't soften the truth when it is what it is, right? So I always feel like people must just think I'm so bitchy, I often think that. So that's interesting. And you didn't see that with me.
No, I didn't.
Cool.
Not at all. But then again, I'm very direct.
Yes.
Right?
So you can handle.
I say it like it is.
Yeah, that's what. Well, I think we attract people into our circle who are very similar in energy, right?
Yes.
That are meeting the same energetic level.
Right.
So that's clearly why you and I immediately just liked each other, because I felt the same way about you when I first met you. So, all right. So then the next number would be
your destiny or your expression number.
Okay. Cool. So how do we get that?
So this is done by Pythagorean numerology alphabet system. So how we do this, and so I look at everything in 1 to 9.
Right.
So
so we'll put the chart up on the on the screen for the folks at home to see it, and we'll have it posted right now, so you can now get a pen and paper, right, and copy down that Pythagorean, see, I've said it wrong again, theory.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't? Okay.
Pythagorean.
Yay.
Pythagorean.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to write your full name at birth, so your first, middle, and last, and you're going to see what those numbers equate to with the chart that you're seeing on the screen right now. And you've done mine.
Yep.
So you go ahead and share.
So yours is Elizabeth Jane Page.
Yes.
And when you add it all up, I divided it down into your first name, your last name, your first name, your middle name, and your last name.
Right.
And then when you add that all up, you'll see on the chart that it says 84. 8 plus 4 is 12. So then you're still breaking it down to your root number.
Right.
So 1 plus 2 is 3.
Right.
So again, here comes the 3.
Again, the 3.
She has the 3 as her day of birth. It's also her destiny number.
Wow.
And this is the entertainer's number. This is the witty number. And this is what makes you do what you're doing now.
Wasn't that so funny?
I love it.
I do too. That's too funny.
It's a very creative number. But when you're looking at, let me digress for 1 second. The destiny number is what reveals your expression and communication of your life's work. So now we've already talked about your life path number.
Right.
And your life's work. So this is how you communicate it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is how you get the word out. And that message
That's so funny. Because what we were talking earlier about how, different things about each other. And I had mentioned that I've always just felt like when I learn something that's totally resonating with me, I can't wait to share it.
Yeah.
Like I have to get it out. I have to tell people. I have to somehow, put it out there and just share it as much as I can. So that's interesting that that's part of my destiny.
Yeah.
That I have to share it.
Yeah. So in that, it just resonates. You have a lot of 3s when I look at your chart.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so funny. So that's your destiny or your expression number. So from that, now we're going to get the soul number, or what we call the soul urge number, or the heart's desire. Again, 3 different names for the exact same thing.
Okay.
So the soul number, the soul urge number, or the heart's desire number is the exact same thing. So you'll see it written in different ways. But
Right.
bottom line, it's your soul number. This is what resonates with your soul. So this is derived by adding up all the vowels in your birth certificate name.
Okay. Gotcha.
Funny,
Okay.
eh? So this is what's natural to you, your soul number. So this reveals what you long for and feeds your soul.
Oh.
So not you in, your physical form of, sometimes we connect to the ego. No, it's when we connect to the soul.
Okay.
Interesting.
So they would take just the vowels out of their name
Yep.
and add it up the same as if they would have done with their full name, and they'll come to a number. So take that same Pythagorean theory chart and do that right now at home with just the vowels in your name, and you should come up with a number. Okay.
And generally, I do it on the same page. So I'm doing the name, the numbers, and then I just drop down the vowels and add that up on a line.
Okay.
And then the next one would be the consonants, and add that up on a line.
Okay, cool.
So for your soul number, it's 41.5. I was so excited when I seen that. So this represents you with an open book. So I do honestly think that you're going to have a book later on in your life.
I've been mulling around a couple that I want to do. So that's interesting. I just never felt that I was a good writer. So
Doesn't
it's
matter.
a big challenge for me. Yeah. Yeah,
It's funny because
interesting.
I resonate with the number, but I'm 14-5. That's actually my destiny number.
Oh, wow.
Or my expression number.
Okay, neat.
So, and that is the same as yours because 14-5 is the media number.
Oh.
But even when you invert it to 41-5, it means the same thing.
Okay.
So in your case, it's about publishing or directing or getting on the radio and television. It's just, when I seen it, I started laughing.
That's too funny.
But this is what feeds your soul.
Right. Okay.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So when you break it down to the 5,
So funny.
this is where you said before that this is the one job that you like because there's freedom through change. And
Yes.
The
And I'm
5
helping
need-
people. I'm actually making, I feel like, a difference for people when I work
Absolutely.
with them, which you can't get paid enough for. Like, no money will make you feel better than doing that one thing, making somebody, helping somebody, making them feel better. There's no money that can top that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just awesome. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if I could do it for
Absolutely.
free, I would. But obviously, I have to make a living, or else my husband will boot me out the house. But it's just that kind of, like, he wouldn't boot me out of the house, but it's that kind of. It's just lovely. It's lovely to do this.
Yes.
Feels good.
Right.
So sorry. Carry on.
Yeah, no, that's great because it is coming from your soul.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Makes total sense.
So yeah, freedom through change, variety. You need variety in your life, and there's a magnetic attraction with it.
Okay. That explains it. Because I always thought maybe I was a little strange that I can't stay in a job, or, like I have to change jobs, or I'm just that person who, if I'm doing the same droning kind of meticulous stuff at home, I just have to get in my car and go somewhere. I can't, I have to change it up all the time. So that's interesting. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's part of your
Part of who I am.
spice of life.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, so the shadow side of this is when you're restless or irresponsible.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I can, I have definitely been those two things in my life, for sure. I've definitely been those. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't feel good, right? When you're the shadow side, because you're feeling scattered and, yeah, for sure. That makes sense. So, so each number has a shadow side. So anybody working out their chart, if they're feeling that restlessness or scattered energy or what have you, it's because they're dealing in their shadow side and they should be working in their potential side.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So now the next one is your personality number.
Okay.
So in your personality number, this is derived by adding up all the consonants
Oh, okay.
in your name.
Okay.
We're still on your name.
Yeah.
And so when I added it all up, it comes to 43-7.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because when you get the double-digit numbers, I like looking at them because, again, here's the 3 is in with this.
Yes.
And the 4 is part of your essence number. So, and that's a discipline that keeps you organized
Yeah.
and on track.
Yes.
But the 7 is all about that spiritual breakthroughs. So what the personality number shows you is how others see you.
Okay.
Again, we can't see ourselves the way we truly are unless we are debriefing with our bestie and
true.
being able to they see what we don't see about
that's
ourselves.
very true. Yeah.
So it's very hard. I've had even my children at home, I'd be sitting there thinking about something. Are you mad about something? My whole face goes funny. And it's like, oh, no, not at all. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I don't see that about myself.
No,
right?
you don't.
Unless they have unless there's a mirror in front of me.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, my facials. facial expressions can be a
Yeah,
little.
no, mine does too. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is your biggest spiritual breakthroughs, as I was saying. Often comes with when you're by yourself. So, you need to be alone at times.
Very much so.
Be
Very,
alone
very
in
much so.
nature would be
It's what I do.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I do.
Great.
Yeah.
So you have amazing intuitive powers. And that's what the 7 is. And can easily learn new facts. That's another thing for
Yes.
you. You can easily learn.
Yeah. That's the one thing I found in throughout my life, actually. Whenever I was fixated on a belief system, the universe would always flip it. You know, just when you're like so fixated, like, you know, judgment, that was a strong thing through my youth.
Yeah.
I would be judging others, you know, why would you do that? Or why are you going in that direction? Or why would you stay with that person? Or blah, 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 whatever it is, you know?
Right.
I remember thinking, like long before I had Stephanie, my daughter, I would never have kids because they're just noisy. And so when I'd be at a restaurant, I'd be like, make that child be quiet. You know, I was that person.
Right.
Terrible.
Right.
But that was my youth, very ignorant to, you know, the rest of life. And so as I grew, it was as if the universe would throw these lessons at me like, oh, so you think it's that way, eh? Let us just show you. Let us just show you the other side of that, so that now you have a full rounded view of the perspective that you thought you had. And so
Right.
that was really cool. And it still happens to this day, right?
Right.
Like we're always learning constantly. We'll never know it all. But I find that has served me to not stick into a judgment. So I will have thoughts on things, but I'm open to be changed, you know? Bring on new information. I love that. So that's kind of interesting. Okay.
So it's funny because back when you were younger, teens, even in your 20s, it was a different paradigm too.
Yes.
Things were different.
Yes.
We were in a different century as well.
Yeah.
So, and if we look at, say, the 1900s, it starts with 1,
Yeah.
whereas the millennium starts with 2.
Of course.
Right.
That makes sense. Okay.
So the 1 is the male number, the 2 is the female number.
Okay.
Right?
Interesting.
So now it's the feminine divine
Of course.
that's happening.
And it's going to happen for a real long time. the twos.
Absolutely.
That's good.
1,000 years.
That's amazing. Phew.
Yeah, so we're out of the 1.
Yeah, exactly.
We're out
Which
of the
explains the
male-dominant.
U2 movement, which explains like women stepping up to the plate in positions of power. Yeah, makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
total sense.
That's
Wow.
funny.
Okay, I did not know that. See, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So with the 7, you're dependable, balanced, poised, intuitive, discerning, and clear. 7 is lightning insights. You're intellectual. You have excellent ability to delve into hidden realms.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the shadow side of this is when you're feeling skeptical or isolated. You live in the past.
Yes, that's so
You're
true.
severely critical of yourself
Yes.
and others.
Yeah.
And confused or stubborn.
Yes, so true. So true. I'm so glad I'm not in the shadow right now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can totally resonate with that in
Yeah.
periods of my life. For sure.
So,
Amazing.
so
Okay.
as I was preparing for this morning, I'll do this and then I will give you your interpretation of your day of birth. I mean, your time of birth.
Okay.
But I thought this was fascinating. I never looked at this before. This is biblical numerology.
Oh,
Who knew?
right.
So the only reason that it resonated when I read it is because it's all your numbers.
No way.
So this is the individual meaning of the numbers of the scriptures in the Bible. So you add them up and you get numbers. So it was really funny because the Bible, the most popular or common number in the Bible is 7 and 40. The second most popular is 3.
Come on.
So you're divinely guided.
Totally divinely guided.
Yeah.
I believe that before we even
Absolutely.
spoke about this. So that's
Yeah.
totally cool. All right.
Yeah. So I thought that was a
I
little
love
kind
that.
of fun fact
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have your time of birth. Your time of birth was 8:59.
Yes.
So I add everything up. I just
Yes.
think it's all so much fun.
Does it matter for AM or PM for those at home doing this?
So I did it both ways. So
Okay.
first of all, so Liz is 8:59 p.m. So I added 8 plus 5 plus 9. So that comes to 22.4. That's funny because one thing that I know about you is you are a builder. 22 is a master builder, an architect. And you build and rebuild your life
I do.
all the time.
Totally. Yeah.
That's why I thought the essence number was very important for you. The 40, it resonates to the same. The 40 or the 22 resonates to the same vibration.
Okay.
Really, because you're looking at the number 4, and they're both divinely guided. But yeah.
Wow.
So you redesign yourself all the time. So this was funny. So then I'm looking at your number, and I thought I would do the military time because you're born at night.
Yes.
So that's 20:59. 2 plus 0 plus 5 plus 9 comes up to 16:07.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that the funniest thing?
Okay, that's so wild.
Yeah. So it's all so funny with your chart. So when I do Astro-Numerology, just to give a little quick, when I do a astrology chart, I look at your house cusps.
Okay.
And the one thing that, just at a quick glance, 3s. Like 4 of the house cusps are 3s.
That's
and
so
2
funny.
4 of the house cusps are 3s, and 2 of the house cusps are 0s. Again, that you can just redesign your life.
I literally
Honestly.
can and have many times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually see it as a sport.
Yeah.
I don't see it as a challenge. It's like, nah, this is going to be easy. It's the belief in something that makes it real, right?
Exactly.
If you believe it's going to be a challenge, you're right. It will be a challenge. But
Exactly.
if you believe that, no, this is actually part of the plan. Like whenever I had a text this morning, somebody had lost their job and was looking for some support. And I'm like, you were divinely supported here. You did not like
Yeah.
this job in the first place. It was not something that you felt connected to. And yet here you are upset that you lost your job. That when that happens, that's the universe going, you would never have left. You need to stay. You would have stayed for, eons. Mm-hmm. And now, so anybody at home that's lost a job or had a change, like a change that is just so challenging emotionally, mentally,
Right.
whatever. Think of it this way. If this doesn't happen, you're going to be stuck there for a long time. And so when this happens, the changes will be off the charts. They'll be amazing. You don't see
Right.
that yet, right? We never do. But if you look back in your history and go, okay, any challenges that I've ever met, every single one of us have had those
Yeah.
moments in our life where we're like, this is going to be terrible. Oh, my life is over. But thank goodness those events happened
Yeah.
because look where we are today as a result.
Exactly.
Hopefully, most of us, 90% of us have learned. Some of us will repeat the same challenges so that we
Right.
eventually get the message, right? Which the universe is trying to tell us, God, the higher
Exactly.
power, So that's very cool. Sorry, I digressed a little bit there, but
That's fine. So those were the numbers that I basically came up with for you. And the most important numbers in our numerology chart would be the life purpose, the day of birth, the destiny number, the soul number, and the personality number. So that's basically what I base your chart on.
that's so
and I
cool.
go like that.
Now,
Yeah.
everybody at home that's done this and have worked out their numbers, they're now going to be wondering, what does this mean now? Because you were able to give us insight on what my numbers are and
Right.
in the thing. How do they go about finding that out? So I would suggest that they contact you and set up an appointment because what you've done, you've just discussed these different numbers, but there's so much more in this chart. So somebody
For sure.
contacting you to get a whole, chart right up done with the astrology and all of that kind of cool stuff, it would be the way to go.
Right.
So how would they get in touch with you if they did that?
So they can text me or they can email me. So my email address is Laura, Laura, at Miles of Smiles, MilesofSmiles.ca.
Perfect.
So Laura at milesofsmiles.ca. Or that you can text me or phone me at 905-321-8770.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up this last thing, because we did talk about you are a reflexologist as well.
Yes.
And certified in that field. Just give everyone a quick understanding of what reflexology is, and I think I'll have you back to discuss that. But in the meantime, just so everybody understands.
So reflexology can be done on the feet or the hands, or the ears or the face. I do feet and hands. And what it is a compression technique done on the feet or the hands. And your feet there's all parts, glands, and organs in the map of the foot. You can Google reflexology map, and you can bring it up on your computer and see how cool it is. But when I'm doing this, I'm working on 10,000 nerve endings on your feet. So this helps de-stress you. This is what we want to do first and foremost. Secondly, we want to enhance the circulation, and then we want to help your metabolism.
Perfect.
So those three things are part and parcel of what helps your body heal.
Right.
So, yeah, I like
so
to do
if you're
the
hanging out in the shadow side of your numbers, you definitely need a reflexology appointment, right? Definitely.
Exactly. Well, you need to be grounded, right? So
Yeah.
if you are in the shadow side, that means that you're not grounded. You're not feeling safe and secure on earth. So that's another thing that I do with the Under the Oak Tree.
Yes.
It's about doing the meditations and grounding yourself.
Which is...
And rooting yourself just like a tree.
It's just such a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
You definitely got to check that out if you're in the Niagara area.
Yeah.
Well, we've learned a lot from you today, so thank you very much. I've learned a lot about me today as well, and so have the viewers. Keep in mind, folks, that, there's more to life than just day-to-day stuff, and these kind of little cool things like numerology will open you up to grander, better visions of life. The fact that we have discovered today through my numerology that I'm on track makes me feel so much better. And actually the idea of I got to get those books written, obviously, because it's part of my destiny.
Right.
So really investigate more into this, folks. It's so much fun learning about it. And thank you, Laura.
Oh, you're welcome.
You've been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
All
Thank
right.
you.